What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NoZoop for you here, and the big news over the weekend was a massive outage in North America. I know some of you all might have tried to play on the North American servers, only to be met with denial. But World of Warships and Wargaming fixed it. It took a little bit of time, and as a result, players were able to log in and play again. Now, there was some fear that there were some other things that were going to happen. Players were worried that their accounts were going to be wiped out. Everyone was kind of in the dark with what happened. Wargaming didn't really come out and say what happened specifically, just that there was a massive network outage and their backup servers had issues and all kinds of other stuff. So I guess our imaginations were left to run wild. Some players thought that this was a massive hack attack, which would have been kind of funny, being that they're in St. Petersburg, and that's the location known for all the hacking across the world. But no, we don't know, and I doubt we're ever going to find out the full story of what happened. Wargaming is probably not going to tell us, and you know what? Really, it's not my business. I don't care to know. I don't need to know. All I know is that they fixed everything, and there were no serious consequences. This, however, is a public service announcement because a lot of players out there, maybe even you, are a little upset that you weren't able to play and you might have lost a day of premium or something to that effect. And at this point, you might not know what Wargaming is going to do to make things right. Well, in case you missed it, they already announced what they're going to do. World of Warships on April 23rd at approximately 4:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think it was the EST, I don't know. It doesn't really matter at this point. They did release notifications saying that they are going to make things right. Commanders, our NA services are back online. We appreciate your patience and understanding while we were fixing the problem. And that's kind of an understatement there. It was a little more than a problem, but you know what? That's alright. We'll keep going. We know you're disappointed and frustrated to discover that the North American World of Warships server was offline. And, you know, I know there's frustration and maybe disappointment. Some players were raging, which I found kind of funny. I mean, it is a game, and this does happen. I mean, every game is hit with this type of thing. I've seen it happen just with about every single game that I've ever played, from Call of Duty to Battlefield to World of Warships and everything in between. All active players. So, across the board, whether you tried to log in or not, will receive the opportunity to claim 1 day of premium time to compensate for lost play time in the coming days. We will now begin to assess whether any other damage was done, and should any further compensation be necessary, we will communicate that in future messages. We sincerely appreciate your support and apologize for the inconvenience. Action stations. So they're still investigating to see if whatever happened caused deeper issues. I personally would say just look over your accounts, make sure everything is there that's supposed to be there, whether it's ships or camouflage. Might be a tough task for some of you if you're like me and you have hundreds and hundreds of ships. Don't try and say you lost something that you didn't, because they will know. They'll look into it. So don't say you lost your Missouri if you never had a Missouri, because I guarantee Wargaming will take a look at the ticket you file, go back and see that you never had one, and I don't know, they might slap you on the wrist or they might just ignore it. I don't know. But I would not try to do that. Anyhow, keep an eye on your stuff. Just you know, go through and make sure everything's there. I'm sure everything's fine. I haven't heard that there's been issues amongst the players. I think that this was specifically targeted towards the servers, and that it was a server-side issue, and there was nothing more nefarious at play. But again, just that as it may be, just check your stuff. Make sure everything's there. Make sure everything's okay. And if it isn't, I would go ahead and suggest putting a ticket in right away. And if you did have an issue, or you're missing something, or you know for a fact something bizarre happened, do let me know so I can get the word out, so that, you know, I can try and help you in the community. But as far as that, you know, I haven't heard anything. I really think this was just limited to an outage, and a fairly severe outage at that. I know things were a little hectic around Wargaming for a little bit, but The important thing is we're back online. Those of you that just were absolutely dying with no warships have warships again. For those of you that didn't really notice the outage, there you go. That happened. It was the weekend, so there's a chance that some of you were doing weekend type stuff, spending time with your families, getting out and about, taking care of chores, gardening, God knows what. I know I really don't play warships on the weekend because I've got to look after my babies. So I was not affected. I'm probably not going to claim that 24 hours. But you all should be watching for it. I'm sure the news portal will bring something up regarding that. And when it does, you'll be able to probably click a button, get your 24 hours, and all will be right with the world. So that was the big thing that happened over the weekend. We've got COTS coming up, and for those of you that have no clue what COTS is, it's King of the Seas. Wargaming owns King of the Seas now. It is their competition. They're giving away a lot of money for this. I think the first place team gets like $25,000 or something. So split amongst, what, 7 people after taxes. That's a little under $1,000 a person, but that's still a nice reward for a game that's not really an esports. So may the best team win, and good luck out there. I know there's going to be some good casting of that. I think C-Raptor and Zath, your usual suspects for casting, will be doing it again. Highly recommend watching their casts above all, just because they're really good at it, and they've been doing it for a long time. So, anyhow, hope you all are doing great. It's the beginning of a new week. It'll be interesting to see what warships brings our way. Never a dull moment, right? Anyhow, take care, everyone. Hope you all are doing wonderful. Zoop out.